Hey, happy Friday, 1060. How's everyone doing? I've got our week 10 pulled up here. So I get back with you. I know there's nothing necessarily due this week, but I did talk about earlier. It'll be back at the latter part of the week and start talking more specifically about projects 2 and projects 3. We're kind of looking towards project 3 is what we kind of can be working on. And project 2 is kind of like a progress report. So you can definitely start working on project 3 now, maybe start putting in some of the things as they come in or as you research them and kind of put them together. And I'll go over that here in a second. But the overarching thing is that to meet with me this week. I met with several teams. So if I haven't met with your team yet, please reach out to me as soon as you have a moment, or if there's only a few of you that can meet, or maybe just a team leader, or however that works out, whatever we can do, even if we can't get it done over the weekend or whatever, maybe sometime next week. I'd like to, before the project 2 progress report, make myself available to meet with you. And then at the same time, also next week, if we have to do it via my office hours, I'm going to start doing some online office hours where I'll just kind of be sitting here in a like a Google Meet thing, and I'll provide the link to everybody and tell you when I'm going to be sitting there, and you can pop in if you have time. And I'd love to meet with you and answer any questions that you have about this project. So big thing this week was try to meet with your teams, meet with me. So we could talk about those things. So I've had several of those, got several today. So if you haven't done that yet, please do reach out to me. So we start thinking about project 3, and recall too that we looked at the project 3 sample for this project that I taught in another class, and kind of giving you an idea of the formatting, which I know that we've talked about. And so I encourage you to definitely use this as a formatting. Where you have like a cover page, a title page, and then you'll have your table of contents, right? And there are some specifics in here for for this particular class, like a recommendation report, who they were going to be actually presenting it to, or perhaps their address, where they're. Most of these engineering and science, labor relations even used as kind of a general address of Wayne State, which was 42 West Warren. But they had a very specific, they're going to present this particular report to the Detroit Police Department, kind of help them think about audience, right? Then they have a table of contents, and then they segue into a list of illustrations that they use. They had some graphics that they used, the executive summary, and you can kind of as you follow along, kind of see these same things that we call the front matter, right? Cover page, table of contents, table of figures, summary, and those can come in different forms as far as a cover page or title page. However you wanted to do those, you can definitely use that the sample as a guide. That works really, really well. And then you've got these different sections. The introduction a lot of times has a literature review in it. Sometimes the literature review is separate, but think of the literature review as taking a lot of the secondary sources that you found and kind of saying, here's what people are saying about this topic. Then you kind of have your results or your findings, then your conclusion, and then you'll obviously have some graphical content. Or you're most welcome to have some graphical content. Sorry, project 3. So the project 3B sample, if we look back here, we have the executive summary. It kind of foreshadows what's happening. We have the introduction, and then we have then they launch right into research methods. And what this particular team decided to do, because a lot of their research was primary, they used a lot of the results section to kind of talk about what we call the literature, or what other people had said they reviewed. We talked about a few. See, they've got like here in their introduction, they have several sources cited, excuse me, there that kind of help them think about how we're talking about this topic in particular. So the literature review is kind of a nod to thinking about, here's what people are saying in the field about it, or here's what we found in some of our secondary research, and you bring it in. Research methods, that I think I mentioned this before when we reviewed this, they did it by task. And then they, of course, then you have your results section. So this is a really good guide to help us think about, and you can start maybe even, putting some things in on this. So I'll pick this up here in a second. We'll do a part 1 and a part 2 video for looking at projects 2 and 3 and kind of like thinking about those for this week as we look forward. All right, be right back with you guys.